In problem 28, we're told that R and S are parallel. We want to find the value of X. So now here, if you take a look at the angle measures that are actually given, they form that letter F. So they're corresponding angles, which means we can actually set them equal to each other. So we're going to set 3x minus 15 equal to 2x plus 7. So 3x minus 15 equals 2x plus 7. So we can subtract the 2x from both sides, so we get x minus 15 equals 7. And then we can add the 7 and the 15 together. So we get x equals 22. For the next section, it says to write an inequality and name the theorem that supports your answer. So here we have sides that are congruent, and then by reflexive property, other sides that are congruent. And so what we're looking at is the angle measure. So we have a 41-degree angle measure and we have a 42-degree angle measure. Okay, now opposite 41 is side FG. And opposite 42 is side HG. Now, 42 is bigger than 41, which means that HG is bigger than FG. And the reason we can say that is by SAS inequality. For 30, we have congruent sides here. We have congruent sides based on reflexive property. And then you have these other sides, a 6 and a 7. Okay? Now, opposite the 6 is angle LMO. And opposite the 7 is angle NMO. Whoops. Forgot my angle symbol. There we go. NMO. And since 7 is bigger than 6, we can say that NMO is going to be greater than LMO. And now this time we had all side information, so it's through side, side, side inequality. So this one had no angle measures. We were actually determining which angle was bigger. So that's SSS inequality. Whereas 29, we had an angle. We were determining which side was bigger. So that's SAS inequality. These are the only two that we have to deal with. In 31, we have sides here, sides here. Then you have a 62 and a 60. Opposite 62 is SV. Opposite 60 is PR. And since 62 is bigger than 60, SV is bigger than PR. In 32, we're actually looking at the shapes that look like this. These triangles just happen to overlap with one another. Okay, so BAD, this whole angle here, is 95. And CDA, this angle here, is 87. So 95, 87. You have congruent tick marks here, which means they're up here. And these pieces here are going to split, right? So that one piece splits into two to form this side of our triangle here and this side of our triangle here. So now opposite 95 is actually side BD. Let me write that over here. then opposite 87 is side AC. Now 95 is obviously bigger than 87, so BD is greater than AC. Oh, forgot to write. That would be SAS inequality. Sorry. SAS inequality. Now for 33, we are looking at a triangle this way and a triangle this way. Whoops. Not the most congruent looking of triangles, or similar even. Now we have this side and this side. These guys are going to be congruent to each other. And then we're told PR is less than SQ. So opposite PR is this angle here. So we have angle PQR. And opposite SQ is this angle here. So we have SPQ. So angle SPQ. And then since PR is going to be smaller, then that means the angle opposite PR is going to be smaller. So opposite PR was angle PQR, so therefore PQR is less than SPQ. We're finding distance, midpoint, and slope. All of these formulas are given to you on the test, right? So we're going to work on slope first. Slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So y2 is going to be negative 2. y1 is negative 7. So we have negative 2 plus 7, because minus a negative makes it positive. And then we have 5 plus 3. So we get 5 on the top, you get 8 on the bottom. You can't simplify it. There's your answer. Now let's do midpoint. Midpoint, you just add your x's together and divide by 2, add your y's together and divide by 2. So we're going to take negative 3 plus 5 divided by 2. And we're going to take negative 7 minus 2 divided by 2. So negative 3 plus 5 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is just 1. And then negative 7 minus 2 is negative 9. Negative 9 divided by 2 is going to be negative 4.5, or negative 9 over 2. There's your midpoint. And now we get the really fun distance formula. I'm going to try to squeeze that in over here. So x2 minus x1, right? So 5 plus 3 squared plus, I have to write it down here, y2 minus y1, so negative 2 plus 7 squared. So if we simplify that, we have 8 squared plus 5 squared. And this, when we square 8, we get 64. When we square 5, we get 25. And 64 plus 25 gives us the square root of 89. And at that point, we can go ahead and see if we can figure out what, if we can simplify that. But at that point, this is what you'll end up with. Now for 35, we have a conditional. It says if angle 1 is obtuse, then the measure of angle 1 is 92. So we need to write the hypothesis and the conclusion of the conditional. Well, this part here, for lack of room, is your hypothesis, because it comes after the if. And then this over here is your conclusion. So we want to write the converse of the conditional, which means all we're going to do is we're going to take it and flip it. So the converse becomes if the measure of angle 1 equals 92, then angle 1 is obtuse. For part C, it says to provide a counterexample to disprove the conditional. So our original statement says if angle 1's obtuse, then the measure of angle 1 has to be 92. Well, it could be anything that's over 90, as long as it's not 92. And we could say it's 93. Right? You only need one, so just pick a number that's not 92. And then for D, we just have to write the contrapositive of the conditional. So converse, you flip them. Inverse, you make them both negative. Contrapositive, you do both. You flip it and you make it negative. So if the measure of angle 1 does not equal 92, then angle 1 is not obtuse.